This episode of My Fishing Cape Cod TV is brought to you by the Goose Hummock Shops in Orleans and Dennis, Gray Sail Brewing of Rhode Island, Towboat US Cape Cod, Canal Bait and Tackle, and by Chasin' Tails Charters.
Cape Cod is world-renowned for its beaches and saltwater fishing, but the region is also home to over 360 freshwater kettle ponds. Formed thousands of years ago by receding glaciers, these freshwater ponds can be close to 100 feet deep and are stocked with a variety of different trout species. Trout fishing can be a relaxing and therapeutic form of fishing. Plus, trout fishing is also a wonderful way of introducing beginning anglers to the sport. Today I am meeting my friends Danny Jones and Sam Brown from the Goose Hummock Shops at a local kettle pond before sunrise to see if we can land some trout from shore. Good morning and welcome to another episode of My Fishing Cape Cod TV. I'm your host Ryan Collins, and today I'm here with Danny Jones.
Good morning.
And Sam Brown of the Goose Hummock Shops in Orleans and Dennis. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out.
Oh, our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
And what's the target species for today, Danny?
This morning we're going to be targeting trout, all species, rainbows, browns, brookies, tiger trout, a few different techniques we're going to try. We're going to try with some live bait, some worms, shiners, and some artificial lures such as stick baits and spoons as well.
And we wanted to do this episode to help all the beginner fishermen out there get involved with the sport, correct, Sam?
That's right. We're going to show some easy techniques just to get you out there and do some fishing, and then also the artificial baits to take a little bit more technique. We'll be going through some ways to get out there with that.
And even for the experienced folks that are tuning in, this is great therapy. It's beautiful to be out here, nice and quiet, beautiful morning. So why don't we get to it?
All right, let's get started.
Let's go.
One of the easiest ways to catch trout, especially rainbow trout that are stocked here both spring and fall, is to use power bait. Key to using the power bait is you want to use a sliding slip weight that I have here, steel weight, because lead is illegal here in the state of Massachusetts under 1 ounce. I have a fluorocarbon leader, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, and a small mosquito light hook. The key to the power bait is it needs to float off the bottom. If it's sitting on the bottom, the trout are not going to pick it up. So what I'm going to do here, this is my hook. I'm going to bait up right now. These are Gulp power eggs. They're a little stinky, but trout seem to love them. I like to put 3 on the hook to make sure that the bait is floating off the bottom of the water. So once you cast out and that weight is on the bottom, this bait is floating approximately 18 inches off the bottom. Then I put my rod back into a rod holder with a strike indicator on the line to let me know if for any little slightest bite from a trout. All right, so I'm going to send this baby out and hopefully catch a trout.
While Danny is tending the lines, I decide to cast a small spoon. The spoon mimics fleeing bait fish, and it's a great lure to use when you want to cover ground and explore new shoreline. It wasn't long before my efforts paid off.
That's a nice one.
Oh yeah, he's taking some line.
That'll be a nice trout.
Coming right at me now, oh yeah. Nice little rainbow. Well, thanks for hooking me up with this spoon, Danny.
The old Thomas Buoyant does it again.
Yeah, well, why don't we talk about handling the trout while I have this guy here.
Yeah, the trout are extremely fragile. I don't recommend anyone even trying to lift them out of the water. It's best to try to keep them in the water as long as possible, and just try to use a simple pair of needle nose pliers. Whoop, come on over here. To extract the hook. Because it seems as soon as you touch that fish, I don't know if it's the coating on their body, but they're, like I said, they're just so fragile. If you handle them too much, they're just going to die.
Well, fortunately, this guy isn't hooked too bad, and I think he'll probably go in just a second here. Yep, there we go.
Beautiful. Nice release, Ryan.
All right, well,
excellent.
Thank you very much. That was fun.
All right, let's get some bigger ones. All right, getting back to the strike indicator that I mentioned earlier, it's a very simple device. It's basically, it's just a bobber, and I have attached a paper clip that I bent to dangle onto the line. And after I cast out the line, I just simply place it on the line so it dangles, but you can see even the slightest of bites when you're fishing on the bottom like this. Whether the fish comes towards you or it takes line, it's either going to go up or down. But it's a great way to see even some of your, like I said, slightest bites.
I decided to continue casting my spoon while Danny and Sam kept their baits in the water. Before we knew it, another species showed up.
I think I have a little bit of a nibble there. I thought I had a bite. Something going on here with the power bait.
There we go, I'm on.
We seem to have, oh, we missed them.
These guys are all over the place today.
Yeah, a lot of little perch.
The bigger ones are great eating, right, Dan?
Yes, they are absolutely delicious. We will keep the yellow perch. We'll fillet them up, and they're great table fare.
Pretty fish, too. Lots of colors. Nice orange. All right, buddy.
Come visit Goose Hummock, our year-round store in Orleans on the Cape. We have an extensive range of equipment in stock for freshwater, inshore, offshore, or fly fishing. Our fanatical fishing staff will happily assist you in choosing the setup that best meets your needs. Our shooting sports department offers a selection of firearms and ammunition in all calibers. We offer firearm safety classes and archery equipment as well. We also offer kayaking or stand-up paddling with a wide range of boats, boards, and other accessories. We also offer lessons and tours from June to October, right off our dock on Town Cove, Orleans.
Here at Graysdale, we believe if you do something, you should do it well. That's why we make great beer. With every pint we pour, it's personal. Because to us, it's more than just beer. It's our passion. We start off with quality ingredients, hard work, and a love for our community. And with that, we know that every beer we package is the best it can be, because we care about the beer we make and the people who drink it. We are Graysdale Brewing of Rhode Island. Drink great, drink local, drink Graysdale.
The Cape Cod Canal offers some of the best fishing in New England. Its strong tides and steep banks can be a challenge for even the most experienced angler. Fishing here takes hard work and dedication. And to catch big fish, you need the right gear for the job. Canal Bait and Tackle offers all the products you need to land fish in the canal and in the surf. Shop the best quality gear and learn from a friendly staff with over 20 years of experience. Canal Bait and Tackle, big fish start here.
Welcome back to My Fishing Cape Cod TV. Today we are fishing one of Cape Cod's many freshwater kettle ponds in search of trout. So right now we have some baits in the water, and I'm just biding my time casting Thomas Buoyant Spoon. And this is one of Danny's favorites. And I'm just gotta give it a cast out there, kind of like surf casting for stripers, but just on a smaller level. And then just a nice slow retrieve. Danny, do you do anything special with these?
The lures, they're really best casting during daylight hours. They're shiny on a bright sunny day. They work well. They don't work very well on low light conditions, but they can be very effective on trout. Nice bright shiny lure.
So I'm just gotta work my way around. If we weren't shooting an episode today, I might just keep walking and exploring the entire pond. A lot of the kettle holes here in Cape Cod have houses on the shoreline, but as you can see behind me, it's just all trees, so plenty of room to explore and just walk and cast. But right now I'm gotta stay here, and hopefully we'll get some pickups on these baits. And in the meantime, just keep casting the spoon, and we'll see what happens. Casting spoons and lures can be very effective, but sometimes a simple worm on a hook is all you really need.
All right, so right now we're going to talk about a very good technique to catch trout, which is floating a worm, a night crawler. The idea is you're going to have a weight like this. This is an egg sinker. You know, 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce will work just fine. I have that in line on my main line. Underneath it, I use a Spro. This is a 35-pound barrel swivel. That's going to do is stop that egg sinker from sliding down onto my leader. I then have, usually I'll use an 18-inch or, 2-foot long. This is a fluorocarbon leader, 8-pound. I'll typically use 6 or 8 pound when I'm trout fishing for any one of my leaders, whether it's using spoons or stick baits or my live bait rigs. I like that 6 and 8 pound test size. What the idea is, you'll have this weight sitting on the bottom. I am going to inject one of these night crawlers with a worm blower here. What that's going to do is it's going to make that worm float. So you'll have your weight on the bottom, and your night crawler will be floating 18 inches to 2 feet above it. This is a size 2 octopus hook from Gamakatsu. Kind of one of my go-to bait hooks, whether I'm fishing shiners or worms. I'll use this same hook. You just want to pierce him a few times to make sure he's on that hook good, and we'll send her out.
This is Joe's Fly. It has a little spinner on it. These can be very effective, especially when the trout are dimpling and surfacing and rising. They're probably rising on emergers or some type of fly, which this is going to kind of mimic. So I'm going to put this on and see if Ryan can catch one on one of these Joe's Flies.
Sam and I both decided to test our luck with the Joe's Fly. It wasn't long until Sam's efforts paid off.
So this is another Joe's Fly here. Really nice slow retrieve right now. I like this time of year. Just kind of letting it shimmer right underneath the surface. He had a nice strike, came up and hit it. Looks like a nice good sized rainbow.
Oh, nice fish then.
So we'll get him up here. One of my favorite tools out here when I'm trout fishing is a good set of forceps, which are these guys right here. They've got a nice long nose on them. They're skinny, so these trout, their mouths can be pretty delicate. So a big heavy set of pliers that you may use striped bass fishing or largemouth fishing, I find to be a little bit much. So I like to just pinch them right here on the gill plate. Try not to lift them out of the water, but that a lot of the times will calm them down in order for a good shot at the hook release here.
So this pond is actually in the middle, close to 90 feet deep. And a lot of the kettle holes here on the Cape, which were carved out by glaciers thousands of years ago, are extremely deep in the middle. So during the summer, those trout go out, they go down deep to the cool water. But now, with it being fall, late October, things are changing. They're moving a little closer to the shore. And you can get these guys all during the winter, Sam, right?
Oh yeah, we don't stop throughout the winter with the trout. It's the best time, these cooler times of the year. They'll start coming up into the shallows. They'll start basking into the sun on a nice day. And it's great to get up on some of these flats and sight cast for them. So yeah, it keeps us busy throughout the winter, that's for sure.
So many folks, when they think of Cape Cod, they think of the stripers, the tuna, the bluefish. And then during the winter, it's the off season. Well, this is the perfect thing to do during the off season. You can come down and enjoy this wonderful trout fishery.
There we go. Feels like a decent fish too.
Yeah, he took it pretty well. You can definitely tell the difference between a perch and a trout.
This is for sure. The perch can actually be very pesky. If you get a school of them, they can drive you nuts. But this is definitely a trout. Looks like another quality rainbow here.
Rainbow, yeah.
Whoa!
Had him for a little while.
And we lost him.
Clean release.
Come visit Goose Hummock, our year-round store in Orleans on the Cape. We have an extensive range of equipment in stock for freshwater, inshore, offshore, or fly fishing. Our fanatical fishing staff will happily assist you in choosing the setup that best meets your needs. Our shooting sports department offers a selection of firearms and ammunition in all calibers. We offer firearm safety classes and archery equipment as well. We also offer kayaking or stand-up paddling with a wide range of boats, boards, and other accessories. We also offer lessons and tours from June to October, right off our dock on Town Cove, Orleans.
Here at Graysale, we believe if you do something, you should do it well. That's why we make great beer. With every pint we pour, it's personal. Because to us, it's more than just beer. It's our passion. We start off with quality ingredients, hard work, and a love for our community. And with that, we know that every beer we package is the best it can be, because we care about the beer we make and the people who drink it. We are Graysale Brewing of Rhode Island. Drink great, drink local, drink Graysale.
The Cape Cod Canal offers some of the best fishing in New England. Its strong tides and steep banks can be a challenge for even the most experienced angler. Fishing here takes hard work and dedication. And to catch big fish, you need the right gear for the job. Canal Bait and Tackle offers all the products you need to land fish in the canal and in the surf. Shop the best quality gear and learn from a friendly staff with over 20 years of experience. Canal Bait and Tackle, big fish start here.
The sun is now shining bright in the sky, and the fishing is becoming more difficult. Exploring new shoreline is fun, plus it sometimes yields newfound success. The guys and I decided to make a move to the north and cast spoons and stick baits into new water. These lures can be very effective. However, it's important to make sure you have the right setups for the job.
All right, the equipment that we're using today, we both have very light, ultralight rods. We both have St. Croix rods, Trout Series. This one I believe is 5'4", very light. I'm also using a very small Strata CI4 1000, another very light reel. But like I said, for fishing for these trout, you need a very light, sensitive outfit. Sam, what are you using today?
So this is another one, another St. Croix Trout Series. You know, it's a great affordable rod. You know, this particular rod is rated up from 1/16 of an ounce to 1/4 ounce. So that's what you're going to be looking for when you want to outfit yourself with a nice little trout rod, something that can load of extremely light lures, like a 1/16 of an ounce lure. You know, that's about as small as it gets. And if the rod you're using is too stiff or too heavy, you won't be able to load that rod and really send it out there, which is extremely important. I have a few of these Trout Series rods. I have some of those extremely ultralight Trout Series. This one's actually a 7-foot. This gives me that extra casting distance that I like when I'm throwing these plugs or these spinner baits or these Joe's Flies lures. I like to get a little bit of an extra length on my rod. So I'm very happy with this rod. I have a few of them, like I said. There's a lot of different great trout rods out there, but this is kind of my go-to. You can get yourself a great outfit to fish out here for a great price with these products.
And all of these rods, reels, line, all of this is available at the Goose Hummock Shops located in Orleans, Massachusetts, where we have a full tackle shop full of everything you would need for trout fishing.
Here you go.
We got him.
Hey, we got one.
Trout.
Think that's the right species?
I believe so.
Yeah, that
Nice.
Let him go.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful Beautiful fish. So you think he was stocked pretty recently?
Probably. I mean, they stocked 3 weeks ago, and he's a beautiful, fresh rainbow trout, so I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
We got a nice clean release on this fish, so we're going to let him go and catch him another day.
Cool. Very good. The bite really cooled off as the day approached noon. This gave me an opportunity to look around at the scenery and just enjoy the peace and quiet. Fishing for trout on Cape Cod can be a therapeutic experience, and it's a great way of introducing young anglers to the sport. Thanks to the Mass Wildlife Trout Stocking Program, the kettle ponds on Cape Cod provide anglers with great trout fishing all winter long. Until next time, tight lines and take care.